All right, I guess we'll go ahead and call this to order. We actually, our November membership meeting was a facility tour at Olson, so we don't have minutes from there. So we'll just jump into the business that we have for today. I'm Eric Bennett, I'm the Chamber President this year. This will be my last membership meeting as President. You'll have Tom Kime for the next one, so I'm excited to be here and anxious to hand it off. So, do we have any guests here that would like to be introduced? Did anybody bring a guest that they would like to introduce? We have some new people. Talking to Dr. Karen Melton back there. We're happy to have her today. Anybody?
Well, I'm new.
You're new?
I guess I will say. My name is Donna Tickman. I am the director of the Farmington Office for Congressman Jason Smith, and I'm so sorry it's taken me this long to get down here. I've been in this job for a few months, and every time I would tell Dina I was coming, something came up. So I'm happy to be here and look forward to meeting you.
We all certainly understand that. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
I'll follow Donna. I'm Dr. Karen Melton with the Audiology and Hearing Center. We've been in town now for 7 years, and we're growing, so I'm excited to be able to have the opportunity to spend some time with people and find our family connections, because my family's from this area. So please stop by and say hello.
Very nice.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Howland. I'm originally from the area. I'm with Roseville and One Stop, so I work with our corporate office in Cape, and I have our district manager, Tracy Lowry, here with me. She is over St. Genevieve and Farmington, and we're just looking to get more involved in all the communities we're in.
Very nice. Thank you. All right. A couple of things on our agenda here. The planning is underway for our banquet and gala that we have. The location will be announced soon. It's out for bids, I guess, essentially. And we're hoping to have some plans on that, but it's really come together well. And I want to thank everybody that's on that committee. They always do a phenomenal job. So, as I mentioned, this will be my last membership meeting as president. We will be changing over the board of directors in April. So we are taking nominations for prospective board members. If anybody has a suggestion, you can certainly contact myself or Dina or the members of the nomination committee. I believe Tom Kine is on that also. So be thinking if you have anybody that you think would be a good fit for that, let us know. I've tried. One of the meetings didn't work, but I've tried to host a quarterly meeting, which was actually Bob Bueller's idea, to help promote businesses, kind of a seminar to either help promote the business or just give a better idea of spreadsheets and whatnot. The next one that we have is coming up on February 25th. It's going to be at the school in the business department for like an Excel, Microsoft Excel training, how to put together spreadsheets and use the formulas and everything like that. That is free to chamber members, so you're certainly welcome to attend. Non-chamber members, where did we land on that?
If you're a non-chamber member and you want to attend, then the cost is $25, but we would be more than happy to take that $25 off of your membership dues. So if you decided to join our chamber, then we would, of course, knock that money off. If you decided that you still did not want to be a chamber member, then the $25 fee would apply. So.
And then if you're interested in that, you can register with Dina at the office there. A couple of community announcements. We have the Polar Bear Run, which will be here, leaving the community center on Valentine's Day, the 14th. It's a 9 a.m. run. We'll run on Progress Parkway here. We also have the chocolate walk that same day. So after you get done running, you can go down and eat some chocolate and make up for all the running. They have the tickets available at the tickets available at the Welcome Center for that, and it's a really good event. And I believe the Downtown Renewal is putting that on this year. So a neat time. So hopefully we can generate some interest in the downtown area that day. Also, this Saturday is going to be the King's Ball. It's an annual event that they hold up at the VFW Hall, and there are still some tickets available, and you can contact
The number's on the flyer, but it's Mickey Cutting.
Mickey Cutting, okay, and there's a number way down in the fine print. So we have some of these available. It's a good time. It's a good time. And now we'll go ahead and turn it over. Oh, one last thing. If anybody wants to contact Sean, I know he handed these out for the hospital. some of their events that they have going on, and the Women's Fair is coming up, so Sean can provide some more information on that if you have any questions. Now, we'll turn it over to Sandra. Sandra Cabot is our Director of Tourism for the city, and also the manager at the Welcome Center down on Main Street. She's a member of the Economic Development Working Group of the IDC. Born and raised in Bloomsdale, she's a graduate of Valley High School and William Woods University, I apologize. Her professional career is focused on marketing, communications, and business development. She left the state for about 12 years, but returned in '97 with her husband and 2 children. She's a founding member of the St. Genevieve County Community Foundation and has served as its president since 2003. She also serves on the board of the Foundation for Restoration of St. Genevieve and the St. Genevieve Downtown Renewal Project Board. So everybody give a big hand to Sandra.
Thanks, Ann. Okay. Can you hear me, or do you want me to use a microphone? Because I've got to also do the slides over here. I'll speak loudly. Good morning, well, good afternoon, everyone. So Dina called me and asked me to just provide kind of an overview of tourism in our area. St. Genevieve Tourism Department is the designated marketing organization, not just for the city, as Eric pointed out, but also for the county, for all of the attractions and destinations in the county. So that ranges from lodging to the historic sites to our downtown businesses, our county businesses, and anything that a family or leisure traveler or group travelers might be interested to see and do when they come and visit St. Genevieve. We also interface very closely with the Missouri Division of Tourism, working with their programs, working with their communications people, and trying to make the most of leveraging anything that we can for St. Genevieve in terms of those programs that are available through the State Division of Tourism. Before I start, there are a couple of things that I wanted to bring to your attention. First of all, those 2 flyers that Eric mentioned during the upcoming events, we'll hear about this a little bit more, but this is something that the Welcome Center helps and supports any organization locally that is putting on an event that is open to beyond the public, beyond St. Genevieve County. But obviously, it's always of interest to try to get as many people from St. Genevieve to these events too, because that just, it creates community, it creates camaraderie, it helps support those organizations. And oftentimes, if you saw the bag that I walked in with, it says shop small, supporting our local retail establishments, our local merchants, is very important as well, and a lot of these events play an important role in that. And you can ask any of the merchants downtown. So if we hope that you had an opportunity to shop small during the holiday period, and certainly things like the Chocolate Walk, which is sponsored by Downtown Renewal, the King's Ball, which is sponsored by the Foundation for Restoration of St. Genevieve, all these things play a role in that. And tourism interfaces with all the various organizing groups and committees, including the Lions Club, the Jour de Fête Committee, just about anyone that's sponsoring one of our major events. So you'll hear more about that. I also wanted to distribute these. If you wouldn't mind, I'll just ask you to take one and pass it on. Oh, thank you. So what's coming around right now is our St. Genevieve. This is our primary visitors guide. When someone calls the Welcome Center, this is what our staff will send to them. It gives them everything they would need to plan their trip here. In addition, as you can see, the card with all the upcoming events and festivals, this we changed over maybe 3 or 4 months ago to a format where we have 6 months at a time on these cards. They used to just be whatever was going on in February would be on one sheet. Now we have everything coming up for 6 months, so that if you're here in February and you might want to plan something for your anniversary and it's in May, you can see that the garden walk is going on, the other events that might be coming up. So all of those are featured there. We're, by doing that, we're trying to establish top of mind awareness and repeat visits with that. Recently, St. Genevieve, through the efforts of the Tourism Tax Commission, part of the budget to fund tourism, it's a little bit of a conglomerate. If anybody here is a rock person, wholesome, you'll understand that. So it's a little bit of a conglomerate. We have funds that come to support tourism through the city of St. Genevieve, through the county, through the state division of tourism, and then also through a local bed tax that is collected by the lodging institutions, including the bed and breakfast, the microtel, and so on, that are within city limits. So they impose a 2% approved lodging tax, and so those funds come back. And one of the special projects that was done recently with that was some additional exposure for St. Genevieve on one of the St. Louis major network affiliates. And as a part of that, they came last spring and they did kind of an overview of St. Genevieve, and it was really fun. Their main moderator was here, Virginia Kerr, and so it got a lot of play both on the internet, on our social media sites, and so on. So just recently on January 9th, we were featured again, and they kind of wanted to cover what's new in St. Genevieve from terms of attractions and things. So we gave them a list of all the things that might be interesting, and so I'm going to play this. There's actually a place in the presentation where it'll say play the video here, but we couldn't quite get it to work together. So you'll see the video first.
But that doesn't mean that they're frozen in time. Our Matt Chambers made the trip to
It's very cold
and
today anyway.
historic St. Genevieve to find out what is new.
You want new? ASL Pewter hasn't even opened yet, but when it does, visitors to St. Genevieve will have the chance to witness true craftsmanship in person.
Actually, as soon as they walk in the front door, they'll be able to see us working. There are two sides to the shop. The east side is the metal spinning and welding side. South side will be casting.
Pat and
How
Tom
many people have been
create
to ASL
plates,
Pewter already?
goblets, Christmas ornaments,
Great.
candlesticks, a
For
whole
those
lot
of you who
more.
haven't, it's
Pewter
warm and
fits
cold. It's
perfectly
really a
with
treat.
St. John's colonial feel. Plus, it's durable, food safe, and a lot cheaper than silver. Word of caution for you though, my friends. Be careful when you visit St. Genevieve because some of the not-so-locals, once they visit, decide they'd rather be locals. That is exactly what happened to Karen and Chris Wayman from Webster Groves. But they have years of innkeeping experience, right guys?
No.
Yeah, actually Karen is a paralegal and Chris owns a drug testing company, but once they laid eyes on the Steiner House bed and breakfast, that did not matter.
Because we fell in love with the town, fell in love with the house.
Came down for a Jurafet, happened to meet the owners who was coming out of the house, gave us a 45-minute tour of the place, absolutely fell in love with it.
And fellas, ever seen a masculine room in a bed and breakfast? They've got 2 of them here, along with 5 other guest rooms that draw on the heritage and history of the area. And you know me, there is no way I was making this trip without checking out the local food scene. Autobahns of St. Genevieve has been open for less than a month, but has already become a favorite among locals and visitors. And I found out why. Andy, you have got a beautiful place here. You guys have been open less than a month, but I hear there's already some crowd favorites, right?
Oh yeah. What you're gonna try here is called the chicken beche. It's our version of the chicken cordon bleu. What we do is we take a 7-ounce chicken breast, double lobe, and we pound it thin.
Yeah.
Stuff it with spinach, house smoked ham, sun-dried tomatoes, and goat cheese.
Featuring local wines, cheeses, and beef is a big part of their farm-to-table attitude here at Autobahns. Make sure you squeeze into your schedule at some point during your stay in St. Genevieve a stop by the Louis Bolduc home. This is built originally in 1792. I'm not sure I've ever been on the steps of a home this old. It's really the preeminent example of French colonial restoration in the United States. And they just put on a new roof, which for something of this age is a monumental accomplishment.
All 4 of the locations Matt visited were within a 3 or 4 square block area, and he barely scratched the surface.
So,
Yeah.
for more on all that St. Genevieve has to offer, go visit stgen.com, STEGEN.com, or you can call 800.
Okay. So, there you have that.
Did anyone see that when it actually played on Channel 4 in St. Louis? Okay, great. Okay. One of them, I won't go, take all your time today. I appreciate the time that Dina has provided. But one of the really exciting things that happened last year between January and December, we keep a tally of the number of visitors who actually come through the Welcome Center. And last year, for the year 2014, despite having a really slow start in January and February, as you can see over here, all that snow that we had, and even all the way into March, we had a 10% increase over the previous year, so we're really excited about that. We surpassed 20,000 visitors for the first time, so that was really, kind of a threshold that we were hoping to get to, and we passed that 20,000 mark during the month of December, so that was pretty exciting stuff. And so when I go, and we're doing a lot more outreach than used to be done on behalf of St. Genevieve Tourism. I speak to groups like this. I go and attend trade shows and so on. How many people have been to the Working Women's Survival Show in St. Louis? Okay. Years ago, and I mean like this might be like 15 years ago, St. Genevieve was at that show every year with their tourism effort. And the show kind of took a little detour, maybe wasn't kind of living up to our expectations. And so collectively, and this was back when volunteers were still doing a lot of this, there was a decision not to participate. For the last few years, they moved the show location and they've really pumped up the advertising, and it's really a first-class show again. And so this year, St. Genevieve will be represented there. That's later in the month of February. Also in the month of March, I'll be going to talk with an organization that appeals to group travel planners, because you have leisure travel planners and then you have group travel planners. So we're doing a lot more outreach. And so one of the things you have to start with is, where is St. Genevieve? Of course, we're all so proud of the fact that we are, Missouri's first settlement, early 1700s and so on. But for visitors outside the St. Louis area, and sometimes even in the St. Louis area, we have to start out by a little geography lesson. So on the Mississippi River, an hour south of St. Louis, is always helpful to them. I always focus on the small town appeal of St. Genevieve, because even if you're a St. Louis resident, some of our target markets are very much St. Louis, Belleville, Southern Illinois, and we're trying to, draw these people out, and there's plenty of things for them to see and do in the whole region, but we're trying to convince them that charming St. Genevieve, historic St. Genevieve, French colonial St. Genevieve is a place where they should spend some more of their time and some more of their dollars. So history and charm, reaching out to leisure travelers as well as groups. I make sure that they realize that the Welcome Center is open 7 days a week, and that's very important, because even if some of the other units of government are not open on the weekends and you're coming, chances are pretty good that you're coming for the weekend with your spouse or girlfriend's getaway or something. So the 7 days a week part is pretty important to both groups and to leisure travelers. And then I tell them about ASL Pewter, because this is something new for us. How many people know where ASL Pewter used to be located? Where, Martha? Oh, okay. Yes, Lauren?
Louisiana, Missouri.
Louisiana, Missouri, that's right. And they relocated here to St. Genevieve because much like the people that you heard that are operating the Steiger House Bed and Breakfast now, they just fell in love with St. Genevieve and saw its potential and saw the charm of it. So we're very fortunate that we have this new attraction here. I think that it's going to do good things for us, and we certainly hope that we'll be doing good things for them too. So if you haven't been there, and if you haven't bought any treasures to take home and give as gifts, you should go and support ASL Pewter. It's right across the street from the Southern Hotel, next door to Stan Winkler's, where his blacksmith shop used to be. Okay, and I always tell people, you can shop till you drop in downtown St. Genevieve, more than 25 little quaint little shops. We also have a new program now. How many people have seen in the paper about the Fleur-de-Lis bucks? These are $5 tokens that are available. If you wanted to get a gift certificate for a teacher or a coworker or something, you could buy, $20 or $25 worth of Fleur-de-Lis bucks, and they're good at over 20 different locations, and many of the wineries are accepting them too. So it's something fun. I wanted a way to get people who were visiting the Welcome Center, sometimes as groups, it might, sometimes people are just passing through and planning their trip. But I wanted a way to get them from the Welcome Center into some of the shops. And so this is a way to do that. And I also feel like it's a way, to support our local merchants again. By buying these and giving it as a gift, you're encouraging someone to shop locally rather than go to Walmart. And so we have unique dining, destination style restaurants, both our existing restaurants that cater to leisure and group travelers, and our new restaurant, Audubon's. Of course, we have what we call the Passport to History. This is a passport ticket that gets them into the St. Genevieve Museum, which is fabulous, and if you haven't been there yet, you sure want to go. Lots of local memorabilia there, and it's very nicely presented. So the St. Genevieve Museum and the 4 tour homes that are, part of our French colonial heritage, part of the enormous amount of effort and funding that's gone into architectural restoration and preservation here in St. Genevieve. So the Passport to History, you can buy that at the Welcome Center. You can also buy it at a couple of other places, but a good portion of them are sold there. And then, always telling people about the upcoming special events and festivals. So I won't go into a lot of detail about our advertising. I will say that we advertise heavily in some of the major places that people go to look for information when they're making their travel decisions. We also do broadcast and TV, as you saw, as well as some radio, and then online. And over the course of the last year, I've been moving more and more of our assets and advertising towards online, a little bit less in the radio area, but more onto online. And so we take all of these events and we post these on as many online calendars as we can get our hands on. So if you ever see a calendar, if you're just surfing the internet and you come across something that has upcoming events and you don't see St. Genevieve events there, please call the Welcome Center and tell any staff member there that you just happen to come across a website that we might want to consider adding the events to, because we do not know all, see all, we try, but we don't always hit that mark. These are available at the Welcome Center, at bed and breakfast, wineries, merchants, and so on. The other thing is, and this is a blow up of our St. Genevieve website. This is the visitstgen.com website. If you're ever planning any type of a special event, a family wedding, a reunion, anything like that, and you're trying to gather the information that you would need, it's one-stop shopping right there. So if you need bed and breakfast for lodging, or local, hotel or something, if you're looking for the attractions, if you're looking for the calendar of events, just click right over here and it'll take you directly to the calendar of events that not only has 6 months at a time, it has the whole year. So if you want to know what's going on in October, or when the Rural Heritage Festival is, all of that is online at visitstgen.com. And so, of course, we always tell people, try to, we want them to stay overnight, right? So try to stay 1 night or 2 if you can, so that you can take advantage of all the history and all of the shopping downtown, and then see the other things that there are to do in the area. That extends their stay. It makes more economic activity in our destination, and it's good for everyone. So of course, we all know about the growing wine country here in St. Genevieve. We're very proud, and thanks to Jean for being here and representing the wine industry. The Tiger Sanctuary tours are also important. Again, the Great River Road, a lot of travelers are traveling north and south along the Mississippi River, whether it's by car or bicycle. We're a part of the Mississippi River Trail for bikes. So we also try to tie that in. We try to give them, an idea of where we stand in the state. And if you're planning a trip to St. Louis, if you're planning a trip to Branson, St. Genevieve is significant enough because of our history and because of all the other attractions here. We hope that they'll take advantage of that too. So there was the video. So that about wraps it up. I don't want to take too much time, but I did want to just kind of go into that. Are there any questions that someone might have that perhaps I could help with, or any event that you're working on that might be of interest to some of the other people here? So if you ever are putting together a family reunion or something, and you want to come down to the Welcome Center, This is our visitor's guide, and we do have different covers that are appropriate for different seasons, because St. Genevieve is fun to visit in any season. And so the one that you have in front of you has the winter scene on it with the church and a shot of the Felix Valley State Historic Site and Merchant Street. But we also have different seasons and different covers that might appeal to the event that you might be planning for your family. So with that, I'll wrap up, and I'd be happy to answer any questions afterwards too.
Thank you very much. We'll make this really brief. I forgot to touch on our summer music series. We finalized all the contracts for that and had some exciting groups coming in, I think. We're bringing back a couple of the favorites that we had last year, Bob Cuban and the Dueling Pianos, which is a good time. We've also got an all-male a cappella group coming in this year, which I think will be a lot of fun. There's a lot of buzz with the a cappella stuff this year. So tickets are on sale now. We are still looking for some sponsors. If anybody is interested or knows somebody that would be interested in sponsoring the event, any of the sponsors get 4 tickets to each of the shows. So it's a really good time, and I hope that you guys can try to make it out for this year. So we will wrap up. Thank you very much, Sandra, for coming, and thank you guys for being here. Thank you.